think this is the question? Do you think Spanish?
No, it's not about Spanish. You
No.
can't sing it. It's any culture outside of the black culture. If you don't have this black skin,
Yeah. Let me ask that. Do you think any non-blacks have the right to use the N-word just because they're close with somebody that they know that's actually black?
no. Oh, but
Like,
that's true too. That's true too. But let me reintroduce this.
hmm,
All right. Do you guys think that if you're a non-black but you're accepted by black culture, you have the right to use the N-word? People that are accepted by our culture, that we love them, but they're not black, do they have the right to use the N-word? I need you guys to chime in on the comment section. This is a very touchy subject. This is something, you know, me and Lo, we two dark-skinned brothers, so we feel anything that has to do with black, we're affected by it directly. We're not light-skinned. Shout out to my light-skinned brothers, because you're still black. Shout out to the white folks. Shout out to the Arabs. I love this. My great-grandfather's white. So this is not a racist this is just an actual question. Don't shoot the messenger. This is something I want to know. I want to know the climate of the nation. I want to know everybody's opinion, genuine opinion on this subject. If you're not black, but you're accepted by black culture, do you have the right to use the N-word?
mm,
You know what I mean? Because I've seen stuff like that where I'm like, and like you said, Lo, some black people give that card up. Now, my man Terrence Cunningham said no. All right. So Terrence said no. Big T said no. You do not have the right to use the N-word if you're outside of the black culture. Now, we're outside, you're not black, but you're accepted by the black culture. So get it right. You're accepted. We accept you. We embrace you. The Fat Joes, the Cardi B's, the DJ Khaled's, the Erica Mena, the Evelyn Lazada, all these people that are not black, but we love them and we embrace them in our culture. You know what I'm saying? Young Don said, but we as blacks are able to say whatever without any fault. Well,
no,
that's something too. That's something we could talk about. But I want to stick to the subject on this one subject. I want to know, how does everybody feel? Like, Don, do you feel, is it right? I don't even want to ask another question. I want to answer this question directly. Do you have the right to use the N-word if you're not black, but you're accepted by black culture? Meaning, you're an artist and black people love you, support your music. Or I remember, Reef had the white boy. Remember, white boy Joe. He used to have Joe used to say N-word, and I used to get thrown off by that. But at the same time, I'm in Reef's house. I don't want to disrupt his house. You know what I mean? But I was affected by that because white boy was using the N-word, throwing it around like it was nothing.
frivolously.
And frivolously. And my thing is, how you use the N-word if you don't even know where that word originated from? You don't even know the history on that word. You know that word comes with so much behind it, bro. Lynching. There's so much stuff that comes behind that word, that N-word, bro. People died for that word, homie. That word was the most condescending, terrorist, whatever you want to put me on. That's verbal terrorism. Like, yo, that word is so serious, and the history behind that word.
China brother, not to cut you off, and a lot of people think that the other side, not to say non-black side, gets offended when we call them the C word, right? And they think that, but you're actually giving them power when you call them the C word. You understand?
Who you talking about?
When certain blacks will be like, oh, they call a white man or non-black.
No, but when you say the word cracker, listen, a cracker is, you know what the term cracker come from though?
Yeah.
Cracker is that's the slave master that used to crack the whip on your back.
And you giving them props.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's not the same as N-word. N-word is a degrading term.
And it's disgusting, bro. If we call them a cracker, they like, so we call you a nigga, so it's gonna affect. That N-word hurts.
Yeah, it's comparing apples and oranges. It's not the same thing.
Hurts. That cracker.
This is what
pedestal still. That C word is giving them that pedestal. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all they used to do is crack us on our back. Crack us on our back, bro, with that whip. So when we want to actually be like, oh, you old punk and cracker, that ain't doing nothing but empowering them. They like, I know.
Yeah, that's empowering, really. All you trying to say is, yeah, you're the one that used to beat me down. You're the one that used to whoop on my ancestors. That's what you're saying. It's not that degrading unless you have a high morality.
Right.
Unless you're a man with that practices high morality. That could be offensive to somebody who's loving. That could be offensive to somebody who accepts all people. But that's not offensive to the most common person. That's not really offensive, really. That's like, okay, that's how you feel about me. But this is one thing that Paul Bizzle said, right? And this is the thing that I'm screaming too. I kind of feel him on this. All right, Paul Bizzle, Massacre. This is my dog right here. This is the man say, respectfully, Latinos can, nonetheless. Now, my thing is with Latinos be with us, man. In the projects everywhere, Spanish people, they're with us. They grew up with us. They face the same ridicule. They're under the same oppression that we face.
Right.
I kind of agree with him on that. The Spanish community, the black and brown community, we kind of like this at times. And we're going to need each other at times because we face the same trials and tribulations. We face a lot of similar trials and tribulations.
Right.
You know, Young Don said, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, to clean up what I was saying earlier, that's why I was starting off the saying the Spanish, because some people get offended, you know what I'm saying, by their Spanish brother being like, yo, my nigga, you know, but I embrace them because like you said, we black brothers, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If all tunes in, we all one. It don't matter what color we is, we all one, you know what I'm saying? But at the end down, the way the game and the world is set up, I could actually give them that pass because they went through these struggles, some of these struggles, and I could relate to some of these struggles that they done had, you know. So I could say, Don, you right on that one. I could say that. That's
Paul Bizzle said that.
Oh, Paul
Bizzle said that. Yeah, I agree with him. I definitely agree with him, right?
Beautiful reference.
I be getting tongue tied when I need some water because this right here, this is serious, right, homie?
You know, boy.
This Friday is serious. Very serious Friday, man. We talking about some serious topics. All right, we talked about Puffy and Mace, calling Mace a fake pastor. Mace on $3 million. Puffy and Kanye declared war on Puffy. We talked about the beautiful display of the BET Awards, the #1 hip hop BET Awards ever. All right, hip hop made history, and now we're talking about the relationship with blacks and people outside of our culture using the N-word. All right, and that, like I said, that's serious, and I'm down with the Spanish community now. Well, I'm down with all communities. Shout out to the white folks. I love my white folks. My great grandfather's white. Shout out to the Arabs. I love my Arabs at the corner store. They love me. They always show me love. Shout out to all my corner store Arabs, the merchants. Shout out to the Chinaman. Shout out to all the Chinese people. Shout out to my homie Chinese, because you know he Chinese descent too. Got the Chinese in him. You heard me?
You see the Chinese man in me?
Yeah, that part. That part. But you got Chinese in your mom's, right? Got the Chinese in her, right?
Yeah,
that's in your blood, homie.
It's in there,
That's in your blood, homie.
You already know.
You know what I mean? Chinese is big in the Jamaican community, all right? So we love all nations, man. It's love here. It's love here, all right? But we just talking about don't shoot the messenger, homie. This is the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, all right? So we got to talk about stuff that people, taboo subjects, things that people are scared to touch, all right? They're scared to touch that fire, touch that eye on the oven. But we're going to do that here respectfully, appropriately, right? But this right here, Young Don said, if you use it in a malicious manner, no. But if you deep rooted in the culture and raised in the projects, yeah, I agree with that. Because if you wasn't raised around blacks and you're Spanish, but you've never been around blacks, I don't think you should use that word.
I could actually agree. And no matter what color you is, white, black, or Latino, because I had white boys that I grew up with eating peanut butter off a spoon with, you know what I'm saying?
But I still don't agree with white boys using the word, though.
You know what I'm saying? I understand. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that I had cats that we just grew up with and we was all close. It ain't matter what color of our skin was, you know?
Facts.
We didn't even have to use that word until we started realizing what it was, you know what I'm saying? Until then, we was colorblinded. We was colorblind as kids. It's just that Yeah.
Now, listen right here, right? It's a good point, Lo. That's a good point, Planet. But this right here, now, Paul Bizzle, you know I usually agree with you, but I'm definitely not agreeing with this one, homie. Now, Paul Bizzle said, maybe if you are a true hip hop resident, I can accept hip hop culture. No. Just because you listen to hip hop and you know all the words and you was inspired by it, that doesn't mean when it says the N word in the song, you can repeat that while you next to me. Don't use that word next to me. Don't use that word next to me, bro. I don't care. You cannot recite a lyric with the N word in it just because you're white. Because you're white and you white and you're hip hop, bitch.
Nah, man.
Come on, Bizzle. Come on, man. You do better than that, homie. You can do better than that, homie.
Eminem knew better.
That's not gonna work.
Even Eminem.
That's not gonna work, champ.
Even Eminem knew better. And that man is in hip hop. He's one of the hip hop kings. And that man that literally he got his whole career and he ain't say the N word not one time.
Fact though. Fact though. You don't have to use the word. What, the word make you cool? You don't have to use the word. Let me say, so a lot of people want to use the word just for the fact that they want to be rebellious.
Yeah.
A lot of people outside of our culture, out of black culture, they use the word just for the fact because you keep telling them not to use it. A lot of white, whatever culture you are, a lot of people that are non-blacks, they use the N word because they really want to defy you.
Yeah.
They're tired of watching us use it so frequently, and they know that there's resistance against them. We know we oppress that. We know we don't accept that. We're not receptive of that. They know if they say that, the room would pause. The room is gonna pause when you say that word. You might get hit over the head with something if you use that word the wrong way. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, brother. You got some people that are older, elders, that will bust your head behind that, homie.
All right.
You got some 50-year-old people, 60-year-old people that will bust your head if you use that N-word.
Right.
They don't come up in our generation where white folks was using that frequently. They don't come from that.
They look at it
so
like
our white brothers, man, don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. We definitely not accepting. We're not accepting that. And even on this podcast, I'm not supporting that. This is a non-bias, but we definitely when it comes to morality, integrity, no. We one-sided. And it's do the right thing.